Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, one of the most influential philosophers in the history of Western thought, born in 1770 in Germany, Hegel became the central figure of German idealism after Kant. His philosophy attempted to explain the entire development of reality, history, society, religion, and human consciousness through a single rational process. Hegel believed that reality is not static or fragmented. Instead, everything is existence is interconnected and constantly developing. According to him, the universe is the unfolding of reason itself. Human history, culture, politics, religion, and philosophy are the all stages in the gradual self-realization of spirit, or what Hegel called Geist. His work, especially phenomenology of spirit, science of logic, and philosophy of right, deeply influenced later thinkers such as Marx, Kierkegaard, Sartre, and many modern political and social theories. For Hegel, philosophy was not merely abstract thinking, it was the attempt to understand the rational structure behind reality itself. The conception of Geist or spirit. The central concept in Hegel's philosophy is Geist, usually translated as spirit or mind. Geist is not simply an individual soul or a supernatural ghost. It is the living, developing consciousness present in humanity and the world. Hegel believed that spirit evolved through history. In the beginning, consciousness is limited and unaware of itself. But gradually, through human experience, struggle, culture, religion, art, and philosophy, spirit come to know itself more fully. This development occurred at different levels. First, there is subjective spirit, which refer to individual consciousness and personal mind. Second, there is objective spirit, which appear in social institutions such as family, law, morality, and state. Finally, there is absolute spirit, where spirit fully understands itself through art, religion, and philosophy. For Hegel, history itself is the journey of spirit towards self-awareness and freedom. Every civilization, conflict, revolution, and cultural achievement is a part of this grand process. Thus, reality is not meaningless chaos, it is the rational unfolding of Geist. One of Hegel's most famous contributions is the Dialectical Method. Hegel believed that development happens through contradiction and conflict. Reality constantly moves forward because every idea or condition contains tension within itself. This tension eventually leads to a new stage that overcomes and preserves the previous stages. This process is often simplified as thesis, antithesis, synthesis. Although Hegel himself rarely used these exact terms, they help explain his method. A thesis gives rise to its opposite, the antithesis. The conflict between them is resolved in a higher unity called synthesis. But this synthesis then becomes a new thesis, beginning the process again. For Hegel, contradiction not a flaw in reality. Contradiction is the driving force of progress. History advances through conflict. Ideas evolve through opposition. Human consciousness grows through struggle. This dialectical movement explains the development of philosophy, politics, religion, and society. Hegel therefore viewed reality as dynamic, living, and constantly becoming. At the beginnings of his science of logic, Hegel analyzed the concept of pure being and pure non-being. He argued that pure being, without any qualities or determination, is completely empty. But pure non-being is also empty. Since both lack any specific content, they become indistinguishable. From this tension arises a new concept, becoming. Becoming is the unity of being and non-being. Everything in the reality is constantly changing, emerging, and passing away. Nothing remains fixed forever. This idea reflects Hegel's broader philosophy. Reality is not static existence but continuous development. Every object, institution, and idea exists within a process of transformation. Life itself is becoming. Thus, the world is not composed of isolated permanent substance. It is a dynamic process governed by dialectical movement. Hegel's philosophy is called absolute idealism because he believed that ultimate reality is fundamentally rational and spiritual rather than merely material. According to Hegel, the world is the manifestation of absolute spirit. Reality is not separate from thought. Rather, reality itself is structured rationally. This does not mean that the physical world is an illusion. Instead, Hegel argued that matter, nature, and history are expression of spirit unfolding itself. The absolute is the complete totality of reality, understood as a unified rational whole. Human beings often see things as separate and disconnected, but philosophy reveals that all differences are ultimately part of one interconnected process. For Hegel, truth is not found in isolated fact. Truth exists in the whole. Absolute knowledge occurs when spirit fully understands that reality and reason are fundamentally one. This famous Hegelian idea is often summarized as what is rational is real, and what is real is rational. Freedom is one of the highest goals in Hegel's philosophy. Unlike the idea that freedom simply means doing whatever one wants, Hegel believed true freedom means rational self-determination. A person becomes truly free not by escaping society, but by participating in rational social institutions such as family, civil society, and the state. Hegel argued that human history is the gradual progress of freedom. In ancient societies, only one person, the ruler, was considered free. Later, some people become free. But in the modern world, the idea emerged that all human beings possess freedom. The modern constitutional state, according to Hegel, represents a higher realization of human freedom because it balances individual right with the universal good. Thus, freedom is achieved when individuals recognize themselves as a part of a rational ethical community. For Hegel, freedom is not isolation. Freedom is a participation in rational life. Hegel created one of the most ambitious philosophical systems ever developed. He attempted to explain reality, history, thought, society, and human existence as a part of a single evolving process. Through the concept of Geist, he described history as the self-development of spirit. Through dialectic, he saw how contradiction drives growth and transformation. Through the concept of being, non-being, and becoming, he explained reality as constant movement and development. Through absolute idealism, he argued that reality is ultimately rational and unified. And through his philosophy of freedom, he saw human history as the gradual realization of self-conscious liberty. Hegel's philosophy remained difficult, but its influence is enormous. His ideas shaped modern philosophy, political theory, existentialism, Marxism, and many contemporary discussions about history, society, and human consciousness. For Hegel, reality is not dead matter. Reality is living spirit unfolding itself through time. If you are still watching, I hope you are finding this content useful. Please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel and share your thought in the comment. Your support motivates me to create even more content like this.